the Unignorable Podcast. I'm your host, Christine Curtis, and with me today is United Way Central Alberta CEO Brett Speight. Hi, Brett.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Very good.
What are you doing? There's so much going on.
Yeah, sometimes I've got to check back to, thank goodness, I've become much better at checking my to-do list and my task list because there is a lot going on and I don't want to forget anything. We launched the application portal and information for the Emergency Community Support Fund. I always mix it up, but I think I got it right that time.
Emergency comes first on this one.
Yes, Emergency Community Support Fund, which is funds that we're administering through for the Government of Canada to agencies supporting vulnerable populations all throughout Central Alberta. So getting that up so quickly was challenging, but we were able to do it thanks to the hard work of everybody in the office that worked, throughout the weekend to make it happen. So really excited to launch that. It's much needed emergency support for our community.
All right, and one of the reasons that United Way is doing this is because we could get it done so quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I know, so there was funds distributed through the United Way network, as well as the Community Foundations of Canada, who we'll be working with in the review process on this to make sure there's no overlap and coordinating, as well as Red Cross, which Red Cross is more for helping agencies set up for safety and address floods and things like that. But it was $350 million through those three organizations to support the not-for-profit sector in Canada. So really great news. Very thankful to the government for keeping not-for-profits in mind through this crisis.
Yeah, and a considerable amount came to Central Alberta.
Yeah, so for our portion, it's a little over 880,000, as well as the Community Foundation will have a portion as well, which I don't have those details, but we'll be working with them as well. So yeah, much needed for sure as we work through this crisis.
All right, but so that's one thing that's going on. I believe there was a fund for seniors, but that's wrapping up.
Yeah, so we had the New Horizons Fund for Seniors, again through the Government of Canada that we administered. So we did our final bit of granting on that last week on the 14th. To the last applicant. So that's a little over 80,000 in seniors to support seniors supporting agencies throughout Central Alberta. So we've got agencies that we funded here in Red Deer, but also out in West Country, Clearwater County area, Three Hills, Stettler, Lacombe. So we've really hit the wide range of senior supporting agencies, and we're very happy to be able to do that on behalf of the Government of Canada.
And thank you also to our MPs.
Absolutely, they're the support from not only the government but everybody federally has been fantastic for the not-for-profit sector, and we're really thankful for that.
We are continuing with our own fund as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Community Response Fund is still ongoing. We're into week 8 now with it. We funded a little over, just under 200,000 to 21 plus maybe 23 agencies. If I combine it with the seniors funding, we've funded a little over $240,000 and 31 programs throughout Central Alberta.
Okay,
yeah.
And that's going to continue, that Community Response Fund.
It is, yeah, the need will be there for sure. So people can still contribute through the website at caunitedway.ca. It's right on the front page. You can just click through to support that. And we're really appreciative of all the generous corporate and individual support we've received through this. Not only monetary support, but we received a great donation of in-kind donation from Canadian Tire North and Canadian Tire corporately of 64,000 surgical masks that we've been delivering throughout Central Alberta to agencies delivering programs to vulnerable people.
Yeah, that's just amazing. We should also update the public too. We're still not quite back in the office, as you can probably tell from our backgrounds.
Yeah, so we know things are starting to loosen up and roll out, and we're just putting a plan into place right now. With the way our operations are, if we didn't tell people we weren't there, I'm not sure they'd know. We've been able to set up so our phones come through the computer, but we will be looking at how we reopen our offices shortly. So probably in early June, we'll have the offices reopened in some way, shape, or form, and we'll definitely make sure everybody's up to date on that.
Yeah, well, we'll look forward to hearing more about that. And anything you'd like to add?
Just again, a huge thank you to everybody. There's so many people. I hope I hit them all.
It's quite an update. I hope you did too.
Yeah, I think I missed our volunteers who also have been very supportive of this work. So a huge thank you to them as well. And if I did miss anybody, I apologize. It's not intentional.
Yeah, we didn't really forget you. We know what you.
Yes, that's right. I forgot to verbalize it on the podcast, but we definitely never forget you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you very much for talking to us this week. And we're going to have to update again, I think, in another week or so, because things are changing rapidly.
Absolutely. I'll be around.
All right. Thanks, Brett.
Great,
And thanks to you, our listeners. And you've been listening to the Unignorable podcast. I'm Christine Curtis, and we'll talk to you soon.